Hey Vine Life Church family, I want to take a few minutes of your time to give you a Project Home update and a very exciting announcement. I want to let you know today that we have put an offer in on a building. We've had that offer accepted and we're moving towards the building behind us being our brand new church family home. Listen, we're obviously stood on a very busy road that enters into Manchester city centre. Behind this building is where Piccadilly Station is. Just across the road over here is where the Apollo music venue is. We're excited that actually we have got the opportunity to move into this building and this become our church family home.
You know, we really do feel like, we know we're really with you in acknowledging, we've been here before, we've had buildings before, we've done videos before, but we really are moving with intention towards this one. The really good news is that this building does not need any planning permission. So once we have signed the forms and got the keys, this building is ours and we can move in. One of the things that really encourages, I want to remind you of the prophetic word from Sean Bolts, which has been a kind of a steering for us. And one of the key things in it that's never really fitted in the other buildings is that a very historic building will be turned over to us. And as you can see behind us, it is that. Guys, we bought a castle. It's actually not a castle. It was an army barracks built late 1800s. It's a listed property, even with its very own gargoyle, which I love. And it is unique. Behind it, we're going to take you inside. There's so much space. There's so much potential. It's been quite a simple process. We've been moving towards it. It wasn't actually on the market, but we've been in conversation with the guy who's owned it initially about do we rent it, and he then invited us to make him an offer, which we did, and he's accepted, and we are very nearly there in terms of having all the finances in place in order to complete the purchase.
Yeah, one of the things that we have to absolutely acknowledge is it's been your faithfulness and generosity that's got us here, and actually some amazing things which I can't wait to tell you about in terms of God's amazing provision over this last month, which actually means that we can move forward and buy this building. One of the things that's worth highlighting is that as we've looked at being in several different places and considering being in one place, is it was actually really important for us, and we actually need to sell the anchor. Now, for some of you that'll be news and it'll be a change and something to wrap our heads around, but here's the exciting thing. Everything that we've been doing at the anchor, we plan to bring into this building. And so rather than being scattered across various different places, we can be in one place, so we're all in together in this building in everything we're doing.
So actually the anchor has been a really important part of the provision for us to be able to buy this, maybe part of those stepping stone buildings that was in the prophetic word. So selling the anchor means financially we can then buy this building. So we want to take you inside, show you some of the spaces, dream a little bit about some of the things that we could do being in this new building. So right now we're standing in the really old part of the building. This is at the very front of the building. So as you come in through that main arched doorway and turn right, you will find yourselves here.
Yeah, this space is amazing because it provides a great opportunity right as you come into the heart of the building for us to, on Sundays, have our lobby space where we can be together, hang out, tea, coffee, refreshments. But the exciting thing as well is that this space is where we're able to move the anchor. And so we have a similar sort of square footage, and we plan to expand out beyond this space as well, so that everything we've done at the anchor for the past 7 years during the week and having a place that is open and connected to the community outside will be right here as well.
So we're going to head upstairs now to the second floor into what will be our main meeting space.
So we've come upstairs to the first floor, which is where our main meeting space is going to be.
So this is a good sized room already, but the great thing is that actually there's potential for it to get bigger, which is what we do. So the walls to my left, to my right, and this one behind us, none of those are load bearing. So all of those walls are going to come down. So essentially we push the room bigger on three sides. Right now, just a little interesting fact, behind that wall there is what was the shooting range when this was Army Barracks. It's not going to stay, I'm sorry, that's not a new Sunday morning social feature.
Such a shame.
But historically, that was what was behind that wall there.
Yeah, the other things about this room that are fascinating is obviously you can see there's a false ceiling in here now. That would come out, and there's a beautiful steel framed pitched roof in there that actually will make this whole space light and airy, and actually we think it's going to be a beautiful space. I guess the interesting thing for us is that in its current state, we could actually move in here, put some chairs in and do church in here now, but obviously our plan is to refurb and develop the space, finance provided, and also just mapping out plans for getting in here and doing those refurb works once we bought the building.
So from here we head down into that back corner in a separate part of the building, which is going to be where all our Game Changers work is going to be. So if you come with us now, we'll have a look at that area.
So we're here in the Game Changers space, and we're really excited about this space because it's a blank canvas. Right now, obviously, there's an old office block here, which all of this stuff will get ripped out and provide a blank canvas for our Game Changers.
So it's loads of little rooms at the moment, but once we take out all of these walls, it gives us actually way more square footage than we had at the Powerhouse, so much more space for all our Game Changers. And listen, the first phase, again, in terms of like phases of refurb and budget, this isn't specialist work initially, it's rip up all the carpets, get some sledgehammers, get these walls down. So first Ladies' Day, girls, you, me, sledgehammer, we'll meet you here. So we're now back downstairs, ground floor of the building, and behind the camera is what will be our lobby, and then you'll come into this area, which I know right now is a dark corridor. You can't see an awful lot. The power is off in this part of the building, which is why you can't see. But we wanted to show you what we could in terms of the scale and the scope and the potential that this building has. You know, it's a brilliant blank canvas, and for this area particularly, this is where we really want to dream about how can this building for us as a church community be for the city.
Yeah, I think that's really, again, as we've been dreaming about Project Home and the home that we would have, it's far more than just a place where we can meet, but it is a place where we can love and serve the city. And the amount of potential that is here. We've always said it, but we want a facility to be something that facilitates something. So connecting our heart of compassion right at the very center of this building, and the plans that we've got, and the plans that we can dream together for how we love and serve the city are really important to us as we look at this space together. Let's head back outside. So we stepped away from the busy road, but we're still in the beautiful park that's right on the doorstep of the new building.
So this area is called Ardwick Green. These were the Ardwick Green barracks, and what we love is that it's a real sense of community. Around us there's other office space, co-working space, there's a load of creative studios, and there's a primary school just behind me, and behind the camera there's a whole load of accommodation, flats, houses. So there are people all around us. There's a definite community that we can get to know, get to love, and get to serve.
Yeah, one of the interesting things about this area is there's so much redevelopment planned. Just behind the building, in between Piccadilly and the building, is where the Mayfield development is going to be taking place. And whilst the city, we know, is redeveloping all over the place, the exciting thing for us is that we get to get in at the ground floor, the start of the journey of change and transformation of this area. We get to be involved in that. We get to be part of that story, and that's really exciting for us.
So I want to encourage you, and I want to acknowledge, listen, this has been a journey, guys. It's been over 4 years, and it's a long time, and there's been ups and downs, and I've been reflecting on some of the other buildings that we've looked at. We'd have offers in, we had planning turned down on, and points when it's felt so disappointing and so discouraging. But genuinely, I want to tell you this, I'm so thankful we didn't get any of those other buildings, because this building is so much better. It's even got its own car park. That's not going to trip us up. But it's so much better in terms of where it is, in terms of what it could facilitate, in terms of what it could be and how it could serve the city. It is so much better. So actually, all of the rest of the journey, it's worth it, and we shouldn't be surprised by that, because God knows, and his timing is perfect and his ways are perfect, and we really feel like we're just beginning to dare to believe that actually this time, this is the building and we're going to find our home.
Yeah, just so you guys are aware of the timeline, obviously we're right in the middle of a global pandemic and Corona, and so actually the challenge around us meeting together and the timeline for that is obviously there's lots of unknowns, but over the next 10 to 12 weeks we hope that the purchase of this building will go through, and then obviously we'll be working with builders and architects to begin to look at what are the various different phases of refurbishment that we need to do in the building. But importantly around that, it's just important that you guys are kept up to date with that. And one of the specific things we'd love for you to stand with us and pray with us and for us is the selling of the anchor. Obviously, the more money that we sell the anchor for, the more that we can pour into the refurb here in this building. So we want to make sure that you stay connected to this journey with us together. We'll be bringing updates once a month on our stream of where we're up to with the building and what plans are being put in place. But alongside that, we would just love that you would pray for us and pray with us as we embark on this next stage of the journey. But also, we would really encourage you to get excited with us about every bit of potential that God has for us in this building.